He was a socialist, but they always let him forget that. Oh, for sure. Okay. So 5 conservatives rank themselves. That's pretty fucking fire. I really do want to watch that. But here, we're gonna do a fuck. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much good shit. Okay, let's just get started with this one. 5 conservatives rank themselves on the political spectrum. Just the content gods have blessed me upon this glorious day. Oh my God, all glory to all glory to Allah. I mean, holy shit. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something. Like I was thinking to myself, like, can we get some good content? Like, shit's been fucking stale lately. My lord, the fucking content god has blessed me. Okay, on this beautiful day. Holy fucking shit! I'm in a heated battle. People are saying I'm fucking racist. And you know, just popping off. We're popping off, and we got all this shit going on. Okay. Talk about the next Palestinian journalist who was just killed by the Israelis. Dude, I literally covered it for an hour earlier today, my friend. Like, I do the more serious stuff in the morning, and we covered it for an hour. Go back to the VOD, and you will see. Okay? Oh, fuck. We had the abortion documentary that I want to watch, too. God damn it. There's so much going on. Okay, here.
Because I don't think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
Okay, I gotta pee. I'll be back.
If you have to rank yourself against others
this is
based on a specific
5 conservatives ranking themselves on the political spectrum. Oh my fucking God, I gotta pee. I'll be back in a second.
What would it say about how you see them and how they see you? To find out, we brought together 5 conservatives and had them rank each other least to most politically right. Then, we had them take the political compass test and rearrange them based on how right they actually are. This is ranking.
I'm Hunter. I do security for a living. I believe in Jesus. I don't really go to church, but that's how I was brought up. I'm also a little bit more libertarian than I am authoritarian. So smaller government, if any.
I'm Cameron. I am not religious at all. I'm agnostic. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I am very, very pro-gun. I believe it's my equalizer. I will never be as strong as a stronger male, but I definitely have my right to my Second Amendment and will use it if need be.
My name is Navneet. You can also call me Navi, like from Legend of Zelda. When it comes to my political views, I describe myself as fiscally conservative, but socially I follow more of a paleo-libertarian, school of thought. So I would describe myself as a very constitutionalist. I very much so support the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, but I'd be considered more left-leaning on some other topics, such as I'm an environmentalist. I very much so support the LGBT community because a lot of my friends are part of it. I'm part of it. To be more specific, I'm bisexual. Yeah, and that's also, by the way, the first time I'm saying that publicly.
Oh, well, congratulations.
My name is Kelly. I am from New York, living in Washington, D.C. I am religious. I'm Jewish. I don't support the LGBT community at all. I'm not anti-gay or anything, but I do support traditional values in the home. However, I don't 100%.
I came back at a really good time. Okay, that's it's fire. This video is fire already. Holy fuck. Okay, first of all, before we even get into this video, 5 conservatives rank themselves on the political spectrum, right? That's the take here. Okay, that dude called himself a paleo conservative. So none of these dudes, none of these people are gonna fucking say that they're straight up racist, though. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna openly be like, I'm a racist person, right? I gotta run it back. I'm sorry. I can't. I need to see this. I'm sorry. I peed, but I need to see this.
I do security for a living. I believe in Jesus. I don't really go to church, but that's how I was brought up. I'm also a little bit more libertarian than I am authoritarian. So smaller government, if any.
I'm Cameron. I am not religious at all. I'm agnostic. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I am very, very pro-gun. I believe it's my equalizer. I will never be as strong as a stronger male, but I definitely have my right to my Second Amendment and will use it if need be.
My name is Navneet. You can also call me Navi, from Legend of Zelda. When it comes to my political views, I describe myself as fiscally conservative, but socially I follow more of a paleo-libertarian, school of thought. So I would describe myself as a very constitutionalist. I very much so support the First Amendment, the Second.
Oh God, he's just a fucking nerd, dude. That's what it is. Oh yeah. The most Redditor ass motherfucker in here. I'm sorry. I respect just fucking straight I just this is what I grew up in. This is what I know type motherfuckers than this guy. Okay. You sought it out. Okay? You fucking sought it out and you still ended up on the same spectrum as like the dumb fucking racist guy that grew up in a bumfuck part of town who is a product of his own fucking material conditions and like his upbringing. You know what I mean? Like I respect that guy more because like that guy didn't seek this out. He just kind of accidentally happened into his point of view. You, on the other hand, were like, I'm going to be such a nerd to try to fucking, you know, ad hoc rationalize my worldview by reading the political compass memes on the Reddit.
Amendment, but I'd be considered more like left-leaning on some other topics, such as like I'm an environmentalist. I very much so support the LGBT community because a lot of my friends are part of it. I'm part of it. To be more specific, I'm bisexual. Yeah, and that's also, by the way, the first time I'm saying that publicly.
Oh, well, congratulations.
My name is Kelly. I am
Nerd.
from New York, living in Washington, D.C. I am religious. I'm Jewish. I don't support the LGBT community at all. I'm not anti-gay or anything, but I do support traditional values in the home. However, I don't 100%.
Same. Same. I don't. I'm a foe. I'm a foe to the LGBT community. Of course, you call the Indian dude a nerd. Oh God, I feel like, you know what the worst aspect of like these sorts of Keemstar ass fucking takes is? Like whenever Keemstar, any fucking idiot on the internet does like a video, we have some of the worst, most annoying little shitbags in the fucking chat for like a week. Who are literally like, meh, I got you. I caught you being racist. You're doing stereotypical racism. I got you. It's like, dude, shut up. No, he's just fucking talked about how he's a paleo libertarian. Okay, shut the fuck up. We don't even know where he's from.
Believe that my religious values have anything to do with my conservative values. I try to keep religion out of the way because I know that there are conservatives who are not religious.
I'm Maui. I'm originally from Colorado. I'm kind of like in a weird spot where I grew up religious and I grew up very liberal. I've been back in.
Okay, straight up, like, there's not even a single one of these motherfuckers that's like an actual, like, you know, like you got the Russell Brand type fucking conservative, okay, who's like, oh man, like I did too many fucking mushrooms and now like my wiring is like permanently broken. You have not gonna say anything here. Okay, we're just gonna move on. You have the political compass meme nerd who's like, I actually want to find a different way to say that I'm like actually a neoclassical economics guy. Okay, you got classic fucking military vet lady who's like more butch and is like, I love guns, you know. This is the I'm a basic white girl who adopted reactionary politics as a way to substitute for my lack of personality. And then you have the real conservative, okay? I feel like this homie is probably the most conservative. I'm not saying that because he's a white man, okay? But like kind of could be the reason, but like he seems a little bit more conservative than the rest. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
And forth
Oh no, she's the most conservative, sorry. And then he is.
As far as immigration, because I'm half Mexican. It's strange because coming from like a traditional Mexican family, they hold a lot of conservative values, but they very much label themselves as liberal.
A lot of black people that I know and grew up with have like conservative values, but like if you ask them like, you know, who are you going to vote for, it's always going to be Democrat no matter what. So I find that really interesting that you said that because I have like a connection with that.
What do you think are like traditional?
Yo, by the way, as a community, let's not do the fucking Hasan, you're racist memes. Actually, I just realized because people will just like straight up use that as a fucking serious outlet. And remember how we talked about like how people on the outside can't parse through whether someone is joking or not when they when you guys react or interact with me in a joking capacity on the internet. Let's not do that on Twitter and stuff because like people won't, I think, be able to figure that out. So just remember that.
traditions that conservatives hold.
Liking guns. I mean, he was painting with a broad brush. It's common sense things. I think support Constitution. Like, I agree with all the amendments.
Just the general idea that like you should be able to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, and if you put in the hard work, you can get to where you want to be. The beauty of this country, no matter who you are, obviously some people have certain factors that will like, you know, make it easier or like harder for them. But I feel like in this country, with the amount of opportunity that we have, you can be anyone and get to where you want to be.
This is an interesting question. I don't think being conservative has anything to do with your political affiliation. I think those things are separate, and I think a lot of people confuse the two. We just talked about how the black community.
Wait, what the fuck does she mean? Like, but like the ideology, your worldview, like that's your political affiliation. What the fuck? I'm confused by that. Okay.
Community, the Indian community, the Mexican community, they're all, a lot of them are conservatives, but they're left-leaning.
I really do believe.
No, they're not left-leaning. They vote Democrat. God, American politics is so fucking brain broken. Once again, not responding to her individually, okay? Before anybody fucking makes like another YouTube video or some shit about this. But the concept in America is so binary because of fucking Democrat and Republican, right? So everyone's either a liberal and you're more liberal, or you're a conservative and you're more conservative. And that fucking breaks people's brains. And then that's the reason why they turn around and say, well, conservatism has nothing to do with your politics because like a lot of the Indian community is conservative but left-leaning. It's like, no, I think you mean like they vote Democrat. They're conservative and they vote Democrat. Well, there's a reason for that. And that's precisely, the reason is that the Democratic Party is center right for the most part. That's why.
Like, I don't care what you do in your life. You're a grown adult. You have no effect on me. I'm not religious. Like, don't force your religion down my throat. Don't force your opinions down my throat. We can have a discussion. I'm very open to having dialogues with anyone. I love to have conversation. Like, something that's going on right now is like the whole trans women in biological women's sports. I honestly think it's a case-by-case basis.
Why do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis? Because I don't think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
I agree with you on it should be not case per case. It just shouldn't be allowed because I mean we've seen it. I don't know statistics offhand, but people just dominate that are biologically men.
I feel like dealing with like absolutes in a general sense, like in the political discourse, can be a very dangerous thing because, as he mentioned, there are outliers, and we always have to factor those in. So I'm not sure I agree with that, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I think my difference is I don't think that trans women are biological women. I'm not gonna be a dick. If you want me to refer to you as she, her, I'll do that. I'll call you by your name. I'm gonna give you that respect as a human being.
It's okay to be different.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you guys mean by outliers because they're all men. So what do you mean?
Boom! Okay, she's the most, she and the white dude are the most conservative. White lady is the second most conservative. Then you have Maui, and then you have Navi. That's my fucking list. Also, that's the correct list no matter what happens, okay? I'm sure that they will like, the classification is going to be like fucking wrong in the situation, but that's my take.
I see this as absolute. Trans women are not women, they're men.
I mean, I would never like call it ignorance or something. It's just everyone has their own views. I can completely understand that.
Should we vote?
Bro, conservatives love fucking being in an environment where they're just like, yo, I'm going to pop the fuck off with this one. Haha, trans women are men. Boom, roasted. Like, sick. You really did it. You fucking killed it. Thank you.
Like democratically?
I mean, I'm gonna say you're probably a 5.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, but yeah. And it's not a bad thing. Yeah.
1 is the most, 5 is the least.
I put you over there.
I put you there.
Yeah.
Me over here?
Yeah.
I was thinking you number 3 and you number 2.
Yeah,
I felt like.
Is it because of the religion?
Yes.
I think there are like two schools of thought we can go with here. We can either go with like traditional conservative values, which one of us like upholds it most, which I feel like you would still be the most, like when it comes to like the traditional values you've described, or we can go by like policy-wise, whether each one of us falls in line, and I like maybe don't support every single policy of like the Republican Party or just general conservative.
Bro, this dude can't help himself. He's the biggest lib. Holy shit. Oh my lord, dude. I mean, he is just the Democratic Party manifested into he is the best. He is God's most loyal Democrat, okay?
position, so we could go in either direction.
I was like, I think you'd be over here. Just because like when I think of like, and I don't mean like a typical conservative, but when I think of a conservative, I think upholds like religion, traditional values.
I can go 3.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. We're all pro-gun, right? And pro-free
Yeah,
speech
of
and everything?
course.
Okay, so we're on the same page if it comes to that. Then we can just go into other, like, I guess, policies.
Well, how do you feel on like an abortion topic?
Well, abortion, I feel like dangerous abortion.
Dude, why do you want me to stop to watch this fucking turf? Like, we already watched it earlier, but like, why? Why do chatters always do this? You derail the stream so aggressively, dude. No, let's finish this fucking video.
Got rid of, and there are, I mean, I don't want to go into a small percentage, which it is, but there are late term ones where the mom will die. And then there's also ones where if you make abortion legal, like coat hangers are a thing. It's sad, but it's true.
So what if we don't count like the extreme cases? Would you say mostly
I think keep
allowed?
life, yeah, unless it's gonna harm a life like the mom or the baby. If it's gonna come out and you can predict it's gonna be fine, then
You guys
you
a
should
pussy.
keep children alive. Yes.
I guess for me, like I said, I've gone back and forth, and I don't want to be for it, but currently I am for abortion. I don't think anyone wants to be for it, so it's not something that is an easy thing to want to do.
I believe birth control should be free. I 100% support free birth control. I think that it would dramatically decrease abortions. But I am very much, we need to fix the afterwards as well. So the adoption age.
Bro, having this like one binary understanding, or that thinking like American politics is on like one fucking one line, and you know, trying to fit American politics into one line is such a funny fucking concept, because like it's just impossible. Conservatives are like they and everyone in America, as a matter of fact, not just conservatives, like they hold on to the most eclectic, inherently contradictory ideas that you could ever fucking find. It's like a mixed bag of like some of the most weird shit where you're like, what? I don't understand. How are you? What?
Agency. I think we need to fix that. And I think we need to advocate more for younger women to know about birth control options that we have.
I kind of wanted to bring this up. Is everyone kind of more
What's
like...
the highest you think you could rank in this if you didn't lie and just selected your words very carefully? You mean me? Oh, dude, I could literally be the most conservative. Are you kidding me? I would just go in straight up and be like, I think we need to, what do you mean? If you want to be the most conservative in this fucking ranking, you just say like, I think we need to establish a future for white children. Boom. Like, why can't white people have, yeah, as long as you just said something along the lines of like, why can't white people also fucking defend themselves and their communities? Like, when you think about it from the perspective of a family, like you would never want your family to have like random strangers in it. Am I right? Boom. There you go. Number one conservative. Dude, my brain is rotted from listening to so much white supremacist politics that, like, I've said this before. Like, I could be the best conservative commentator. Holy fuck!
an interventionist kind of, you know, thought process, or is it like kind of like isolationist, or even like in between? Like, do you think we should focus on our country's problems first?
Yes.
Or do you
Absolutely.
think, okay, yeah, that's where I stand.
Yeah. How are we going to help other countries when we have so many other things?
Yeah, so too much foreign spending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we just sent how much money to Ukraine? Why? That has nothing to do with us. We have so much.
Navi has to come out and fucking defend that. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Navi's too much of a lib.
That money could have went to America.
Yeah, if we're prioritizing that, we can't even like take care of our own people. Like,
Never mind.
veterans are like starving on the street, they're homeless. I feel like we should do something about that, but we can't because we're focusing on other countries instead of our own people who need help. Does anyone feel differently about their position now?
I don't know, I think we should switch. I really focus on that whole like, he holds more traditional conservative values than I do.
I think
Just in that sense. I
What
was like, just in that sense, I would switch us.
I think what it was for me is you seemed a lot more passionate and you were more outspoken.
I'm
You
very
seemed a little
passionate.
bit more quieter. So maybe initially I'm like, you know what, you're number 2. But now that I'm hearing more opinions, I would probably agree with switching you 2.
I mean,
We're moving.
Okay.
What values does everyone have that they feel like doesn't exactly fall in line with the traditional conservative value, or just generally conservative values?
I'm against the wall because I'm a libertarian.
Okay.
I think most people coming here aren't coming here to hurt people. They're coming.
Okay, that's weird. He's like the only libertarian who kept being a libertarian. That's interesting. Because like a lot of libertarians with Donald Trump were just like, oh, just kidding. Like we weren't actually into the free flow of we weren't into freedom of travel. Like we were just lying about that. Actually, we're just racist. Interesting. Likes buying people.
Coming to make money and make a living.
I am actually for the wall, but not because I want to keep people out, strictly because I want to know who's coming into this country in a good sense. Sex trafficking in general comes through our southern border, and so do drugs, so that's the only reason. I don't care if you want to come here to immigrate, be my guest.
I'm 100% against illegal immigration, and that's not, so I am for the wall, but it's not just the wall, it's the people who are coming here and overstaying their visas. They need to go too.
My position is unique because I immigrated from Mexico when I was younger, and I wouldn't be here most likely if it weren't for that. But I do really believe that illegal immigration is just that, illegal.
Now what I'm gonna have you guys do is grab your phones and go onto the politicalcompass.org and take the political compass test.
Oh God.
I think you did pretty good.
In the 5th spot, we have Maui. And then in 4th, we have Cameron.
Damn.
I thought I'd be more like 2-3-ish area.
And then we have
Bro, on the PCM, if you're anywhere not in the bottom left quadrant, like you have to be a real sicko. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck do you? Because I've seen those questions, right? Like, it's pretty wild to be able to be outside of that. Like, you literally are saying in some instances, like, yeah, murder is like pretty chill. You know what I mean? Like, in order to get outside of that fucking bottom left quadrant in that.
Kelly in the 3rd spot.
Whoa.
I
Everybody's
said I was
moving
gonna
down
be
one.
three.
Yeah.
In the 2nd spot, we have Nabi.
Okay.
And in 1st, Hunter.
I was so wrong, but also, honestly, again, it's just more so about the way that, like, one, how weird American politics is and how, like, people are not themselves aware of what their fucking political allegiances are, but also the fact that the test itself is ridiculous. But wild that this homie was able to get to fucking bottom right like that. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
I didn't expect myself to move up this much. Like,
Yeah.
this is like, okay. I mean, the way this like political compass test is framed, like it does evoke certain reactions. So it's not entirely like encompassing of like my views and everything. But yeah, are you any of you guys surprised?
I don't know.
I thought I was gonna be 3rd or 2nd.
You-
In all
okay, you
honesty,
did.
I thought I was gonna be over here.
Okay.
Some of those questions, like, I never really thought about before.
I kind of figured I'd be somewhere over here, like 4 or 5, after hearing everyone's opinions.
I mean, I think it's weird that I'm number 1 and I'm a tall, white, straight male.
Perfect, yeah. If anyone out there who's watching this does not agree with like me or anyone else's political views, please just look at us as people. Everyone has flaws. And I just want people to see that we can
This is what being a conservative is like, though. Most of the time, we see the most brain-broken examples of the right. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty true. But ultimately, it's. I think conservatism is like pretty situational. Where, like, depending on the circumstances, depending on how you're feeling in that brief moment, you know what I mean? You could come across like way more conservative. You know what I mean? I live in a very deep red South area, and no, this is not what the conservatives here are like. Yeah, I would see that. I would say again, it's about the context. It's completely, once again, situational. Where you are, how you are behaving around other people, and what your attitudes are can change. These are a lot of California conservatives. That's why I said I'm surprised that there wasn't anyone who was like straight racist. You know what I mean?